Hello.
Hello.
This is the Naked Truth Podcast. I am your host, Jaylon.
And Tori.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought this one was going to be a little bit more serious.
It is going to be serious, but we can't be silly for a second.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So Jaylon's kind of going to take the reins. Well, actually, let me set it up and then you can say what you got to say.
Okay.
So, we recorded 2 back-to-back episodes. I would, and this is the Naked Truth Podcast, so here we are being completely vulnerable. We recorded 2 back-to-back episodes of this podcast, angrily responding to being called toxic once again, and Jaylon's parents being called homophobic, and whatever the case may be. And at first we had a very visceral reaction to certain things that are being alluded to, which have been alluded to on the internet, but as of late it just kind of came to a head, and it came to our attention, and we were like, you know what, fuck this. We're gonna speak our truth. And then we just realized that would create a complete back and forth, all out war with
The other two.
with 2 people, one of which we very much so still care about and want the best for. And so we were like, you know what? That's not the way to go about addressing anything that's being said. And so we kind of want to take this time out to address it in a different way, in what we feel is the more appropriate way to address the situation. A situation that has come to our attention that is something that we feel we can't ignore, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, just ignore what's being said and not that yada yada yada. What you guys don't understand, and I'm going to let Jaylon speak her piece, but what you guys don't understand is that this is a person who has completely lost her sister, who she loves and cares about. It's a mother who has completely lost her daughter, who she loves and cares about. A father who's completely lost his daughter that he loves and cares about. And me, a friend who's lost her friend that she loves and cares about. So when we're not getting on here addressing things like this, which we very rarely are, we're actually emotionally dealing with the stuff, right? Mourning the loss of a person who is very much so still alive and breathing, but thinks and truly believes that we are horrible fucking people, toxic pieces of shit who used her and continue to try to use her and want the worst for her, right? That's a hard pill to swallow when you genuinely care about somebody and want what's best for them and just want them to be okay. So that being said, it's easier said than done to say, just ignore certain things that are happening. We do ignore things that are happening. And behind the scenes, we process. And behind the scenes, I watch my fiance mourn the loss of her sister. And every time something new comes up, I watch her re-mourn the loss of her sister. And every time something reminds her of her sister, I watch it come all the way back up again, and I watch her cry, deeply cry, and re-mourn the loss of her sister. If we truly came on here and addressed it every single time we felt it, this whole podcast would be about that situation. So before anybody says anything about, oh, we're constantly talking and this and that, there's a lot of emotions behind what you see on both ends. So we just want to make that very fucking clear. And this is the best way that Jaylon came to me today and said we have to film we have to film a new video for the podcast, because the ones that we filmed we didn't feel good about. It didn't feel right to go on a bashing spree. It didn't feel right to post, oh well, that happened and so did that and so did that. You know what I mean? We filmed it and then immediately after looked at each other and we were like, yeah, this isn't right. This isn't us. This isn't right. So, this is how we're going to do it. And this is how my fiance wants to address the situation. And I'm going to support her in that. So you can completely take it away if that's what you want to do.
Okay, so
And anytime you need me to chime in, just
we'll chime in.
Okay.
I want your input. I want you to say what you want to say, but
okay.
this is really, I'm going to speak as if I'm talking to my sister, because I really need her to know how I feel, how our family feels, how her once best friend feels. I think it's important that she hears it from us. So, Rhea.
Okay. I don't think you should cut anything out. I think you should keep it raw. And I think people need to see how it genuinely affects you and has been affecting you this entire time. I think she needs to see how not speaking affects you. Because I think she needs to know that she's loved. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Despite everything that's happened. Anyway.
I just want you to know that I truly miss you. And I truly love you. And I'm not just speaking for me, but our family misses and loves you. I understand a lot of things have been happening, and a lot of lies have come out about us. But I don't care, because I know the person you are inside. You're a good fucking human. I don't care what anybody says. I will still vouch and say that I have a sister who has a heart of gold. She's just, in my opinion, and not in a good place. But I know you're in there. And I want you to know that no matter what, I'm going to be here. We all are. And we're not going to just sit here and bash, because I don't want to do that.
I don't
Because
want to either.
I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to upset you.
Never. Like, genuinely. I mean, even a year ago, we weren't trying to hurt her. We were just trying to speak on how we felt about the situation. And how we still feel about the situation. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
It's okay. I feel robbed. My family feels robbed. Because you were a big part of all of our lives. One thing that everybody needs to know about Rhea is when she walked in a room, she lit it up. has such amazing energy, amazing vibe. She's got such a pure golden heart. Like, I can't explain it. Rhea has always been my rock. Through so much shit that I've gone through, she was my go-to. And I miss having my sister.
The sister you
Once had.
remember.
Yeah. I miss her so much. And I know she's in there. I know. I have hope that one day you and I and our family and friends could come together. I have hope. And I'll hold on to that till the day I die. But I want you to know how much we really love you and do not want to see you hurting. Even if you think we're the bad guys and we hurt you, I don't want you to think that. So I honestly just really wanted to come on here and just share some good memories with you guys that I have with my sister.
Yeah.
Just so you guys could know the kind of relationship that I had. And maybe if she remembers them, if she does listen to this.
She won't think that we're all out to get her.
Right.
And,
she
and
can remember
hurt
what
her.
we had. So I hope, Rhea, that one day you can come back into our lives. And we can move on and enjoy you, and you enjoy us, and our kids be around each other. Because just as much as I missed you, I miss my niece like crazy.
we gotta get tissues. Do you want me to get you tissues, baby?
I'll go get them.
No, I'll get them. You continue to speak, and I'll go get them.
Thanks. So, I promise you, Rhea, I promise you with everything that I have and what I hold holy, I am not the bad guy. Nor is, thank you, baby, nor is our family. Everybody, when I say everybody, Mommy, Bobby, everybody misses you dearly.
And I just want to say, for the record, this isn't because I know that this video may be watched, and somebody might look at this and say, "Oh, it's a manipulation tactic to try to guilt you and this and that." You do whatever the hell it is you see fit to do for your life and your betterment and your happiness. This is just Jaylon's real, raw feelings.
I promise you, this is not a manipulation tactic. Like Tori said, she's seen me cry time after time. Sometimes she doesn't see me cry because I do it when I'm in the shower. I cry. I miss my sister. Especially when I'm having hard times and I just want to like reach out and just talk to her. Or when I see her.
And let's be real too. It's not always sadness. There are times where you're angry.
Right. There's times where I'm angry. There's times even when I'm happy. I wish I could just like, for example, us getting engaged. You don't think the thought of
Yeah, we both thought about it.
our wedding?
Like, oh, we
and
wonder
not-
if she saw it. We wonder if, because she knew that I was going to propose to you,
I know.
like she was we wanted her to officiate our wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just wild that everything has gotten to this point. But what I'm trying to say is there's been a range of emotions toward your sister
Yeah.
this entire time. It's not always like sadness. Sometimes it's I'm gonna just learn to accept things where they're at, and if it happens, it happens. If we speak again, we speak again and we reconcile. Other times it's fuck her, how could she say and do these things publicly, knowing the truth and whatever the fuck it is. And then other times it's oh my god, this is the song I danced with my sister to at her wedding. Oh my god, this song reminds me of her. Oh my god, remember when we did this with her? Like, you know what I mean? And then it's a lot of the times it's Jaylon upset and crying. We've genuinely been here this entire time since we stopped speaking to her. And we've gone through the emotions. There's anger, there's sadness, and there's a genuine sense of like loss.
Huge loss.
Yeah. And like the last episode that we did, again, like it wasn't us trying to shade them. It was us really trying to get people to stop shading us by saying we're trying to be like them, just to clear that up. But it's easy to get caught up in the anger. It's easy to get caught up in the go fuck yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking asshole. Right? Until you realize that you once truly loved that person and still do and care about that person.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think we're just coming to terms with the fact that she's a human, just like we are, you know. And from where we sit, and she can say whatever the fuck she wants to say, but from where we sit and the person that we used to know, she seems, in our opinion, like a person who might need her family, or who might need to know that she's supported even from afar, that she's loved and cared about. Does that take away the anger? No, it doesn't. There's anger, 100%. But beyond that anger and hurt is genuine love and care.
Mm-hmm.
And I think instead of responding to things that are said, things that we hear, instead of responding to it with anger, and hatred and whatever, we want to respond
With love.
with love.
I think that's the best way. I think she needs to know whatever it is that she's hearing, feeling, whatever it is, it's not the case, because we do love you.
And let's be real, okay? And we'll be very real about this. I've completely taken, like, I've said what I've said, and I've never tried to reach out ever again. because realistically it's you and her. You guys are sisters.
Mhm.
So any time things have popped off in between the two of you, it's been between the two of you,
Right.
right? I'm unsure of what she thinks of me. I'm pretty sure, almost 100% sure, she thinks I'm a fucking piece of garbage, right? So I just have taken the back seat and I'm here to support you, right?
Mhm.
But what I want to say is that I know that every single person, myself included, Jaylon's mom, Jaylon's dad, we all feel collectively, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that we have no way to get through to this girl. Literally
Yeah.
and figuratively.
Yeah.
We're blocked on everything. And even when you try to get through, genuinely, you're accused of this and that, right?
Mhm.
And you're met with just complete resistance
And anger.
and all of the above. So like I know that there's a helpless feeling of like there's no use. Why even try to reach out? Why even try to like raise the white flag? Email doesn't work. Text doesn't work. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a helpless feeling of like, how do we get through? How do we like penetrate?
Well, for me, I'm hoping this will get to her.
That's what I'm trying to
I'm
say.
really hoping it does.
Is that
because
that's why
she
we're
can
here.
Actually hear us and hear me and know that no one hates her. No one's mad at her. What happened. We love you and we just want you back. Like we just want you back.
Yeah, I don't think there would be anybody that if like she genuinely reached out to have a conversation, I don't think there would be anybody that would be like, yeah, no, go fuck yourself.
No.
Right?
Nope.
Even given all of the things that have been said and done, I wouldn't even be like, yeah, fuck you.
No.
You know?
No, I don't know what, like even if maybe if she thought about wanting to reach out but feels like too afraid to or thinks we're gonna be pissed, I just want her to know, like, I don't care what time it is, I don't care what day it is,
The door's always open.
I'm here. I even went as far as unblocking her in my phone log because I said if she reaches out, I want to know.
I'm the reason why Liza reached out. Me and Liza were at a practice. And I don't think we've actually made this fucking public. We haven't. Me and Liza were at Ryan's football practice and Liza said to me, oh, I miss Tete. Like, I wonder if she's doing okay. And I was like, well, why can't you reach out to her and ask? And she said, well, because I think I'm blocked. And I was like, Tete wouldn't block you. You're her niece. She would never do that to you. Reach out to her and see what she says, you know? Like, I'm sure she would love to hear from you. And I didn't even ask your permission. It wasn't like oh my God, can she reach out to her?
Because you know I would never.
Yeah,
I would never get involved. My
Jaylon wasn't there. It was just me and Liza on the field talking.
Right, but like anything that happens, even when I stopped talking to my parents, my kids still had their grandparents in their life. Like whatever happens with me and my family is between me and my family.
Right,
I don't
the
involve
adults.
my kids. Yeah,
The kids are not involved.
No.
They shouldn't be involved. They're not involved. And that's that.
yeah.
So I was the one who encouraged her to reach out to her aunt, you know, because first of all, I know how much your sister loves.
Right. I was just gonna say the connection those two had even when Liza was born. Like,
And how much Liza looks up to her.
Liza loves her. But that's what I'm saying. The connection they have
Right.
is literally unmatchable. Like Liza, everything Liza does
They're the same fucking person.
to the T. Like how she talks, how her demeanor is. Like Liza, every time I look over at her, I see my sister.
Yeah. If you literally put Liza and your mom together and made like somebody, you'd get Rhea, essentially. Like your mom reminds me a lot of Rhea.
Oh yeah,
And then so does Liza.
yeah. Well, Liza reminds me so much of her, more so now than ever, was because of her haircut that she's
Yeah.
always wanted for
Yeah.
so long. She calls it the tete cut. So yeah, my daughter reaching out to her aunt, I would never stop that because I know the connection they had. I know how much Rhea loved my daughter the second she was born. Oh my God. I couldn't separate the two. And I have such funny memories with her, like with my daughter, you know?
Yeah.
So no, I would never get in between that.
Right, because the kids, it shouldn't involve the kids, right? Like, we know that your sister would never try to turn your daughter against us,
no.
and we would never try to turn Ayla against her mom. So there's
Oh,
no
God,
reason why the kids can't speak or you know, why you can't speak
Right.
to your niece, you know what I mean? But either way,
I mean, but we have to clear it up too, though. Liza now does not talk to my sister because an incident happened. And whatever it was, I said, I can't. Like, I just can't do that right now. So, that being
so
said.
the kids don't speak.
So nobody speaks it. Like, the kids at least had each other at one point.
They don't speak to
They
each
don't
other
speak
anymore.
again. My sister had open communication with my daughter.
They don't speak
They
anymore.
don't speak.
And you've never had access to your niece.
I've never had access, yeah. I mean, up until the falling out, didn't have access. And I respect that boundary. If that's something that she, Rhea, does not want, I respect that.
It sucks.
It does suck. It sucks. Like, I can't even explain how much I miss my niece.
You okay?
So this might be a short episode, but this is just a message to my sister. That
Nobody
I hope she
hates
hears.
you. Nobody hates you. Nobody
Nobody thinks badly of you
right.
at all. We're here. Like we said, we're going to be here. We'll always be here. At the end of the day, you're my sister. You're my blood.
And you can say whatever the hell you want about who we are to you and who Jaylon's parents are and have been, or whatever it is. If that is your, what do I want to say? If that's
what you choose to do, you can go ahead and do that. We're not even going to address like anything anymore.
yeah.
If that's what you need to do, then you do that. It's unfortunate. If that's what you want to continue to do, that's fine. But we're not addressing anything anymore.
Yeah, the bad, the good, like, well, maybe good, because
The good,
why
I
the
will
fuck
always
not?
talk about my sister about the good. I'm not going to talk about any negative shit. I don't want to. I think
It's easy to get caught up in the anger.
right.
Like I said, like you see a video where somebody's calling you toxic and you immediately want to react, and get caught up in that. And so I think what we're kind of saying is whatever is going to be said about us, whatever has been already said about us, we're not going to combat it with that anger
Yeah, we're gonna move
anymore.
forward and hope that one day you realize that we aren't your enemy,
Mm-hmm.
that we are actually your family. Whether you want us to be or not, we're
That-
gonna be here.
And that's the thing too that I think we need to make very clear is you can sit on a live stream all you want and say family doesn't matter and this and that. But I'm not, and I mean, eventually me, I will be her married in family. So you can't change that and you can't take that away. And you can't erase that. No matter how hard you try, you can't erase a family that genuinely loves you and cares about you. And yes, there are certain members of this family who have hurt you in the past. But that doesn't mean that those people are bad. That doesn't mean that they haven't taken accountability. And then that doesn't mean that they don't deserve somebody's grace and forgiveness and that's where true healing comes from. And that's where true growth comes from. It's from being able to see somebody who's genuinely taking accountability for their actions and is saying, wow, like I shouldn't have done that back then,
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And like, as far as we're concerned, because I think there's something to be said about our place in all of the shit that publicly happened.
Mm-hmm.
I took accountability back then and I will take accountability now. I should not have gotten on a live stream and expressed my feelings toward your sister's wife.
Mm-hmm.
I should have kept those private to myself.
Yeah.
It unraveled a whole slew of shit. And I can feel the way that I feel strongly and not have to voice it
Right.
on a public platform. So that's that. And we definitely have a place in all of the drama that happened because we did respond to a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. I know for sure social media is not where we want to do all of the family drama bullshit. Like
even this, the
even
fact that we
this-
feel like we have to make this right
well,
now.
this I'm glad I'm doing because I want my sister to know that she is loved. This is fine. This doesn't.
It's fine, but in the same sense, you wouldn't have to make this video if the lines of communication were allowed to be open.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But if this is the way I can hopefully get to her, then I hope she hears it. I really do. And I hope she knows and feels how much love there is on this end. Because we do. We fucking love and miss you. You have no idea. You have no idea. And I don't know how you feel, but
It's not healthy. It really is not healthy to be isolated like this from family. It's not. You know, I could understand if
I can understand when somebody has a family member who doesn't take accountability and always is blaming that person, and it's definitely, I get it. I wouldn't deal with it either, or does stuff that continues to do stuff to hurt you. I get it. I wouldn't want that in my life either.
But over a falling out over something that could have been, like the reason why you, me, and her stopped talking was over something so trivial that it could have just been a conversation between all of us sitting down and genuinely, like, nobody pointing a finger, nobody saying, oh, you're this type of friend and this and that and stirring the pot, but like, hey, this is how this made me feel. And then, hey, okay, well, this is how this made me feel. Oh, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. You know what? I'm sorry I made you feel that way too.
Right.
That's how
We
easy
should have. Right. It is easy, but
no, I'm saying that's how easy it could have been,
Right.
and should have been.
it is easy to do that and could have done that. But unfortunately, that's not how it went. And this is where we're at. And this is how it's going to hopefully not last for much longer. I'm praying. My mom's praying. Everybody is like hoping that we hear from her. We do. And we hope that it's even just, I don't know.
Your mom is on high alert every day,
Oh my God.
hoping that her daughter reaches out to her.
She's like, I'm going to go get another phone with a phone number and just like message her just to let her know that I love her and I miss her. That's all I want to say is just I love her. She has dreams about her every time. I'm like yesterday, she's like, I had a dream. She came home.
Yeah, that's one thing I will say is your mom is constantly dreaming of her.
Mm-hmm.
I would say literally voila, not even like lying, once a week
Yeah.
at least.
No, it's true. Yeah, once or twice a week she has dreams of her. Like yesterday, she said I had dreams. She came home to me.
Yeah.
She's like, I had her in my house. It felt so real. I didn't want, and then when I woke up, she's like, I just started crying.
And I think that's the hardest part is y'all mourning somebody that's still living. You know, like this person who wants nothing to do with you guys. And is convinced that everybody's just toxic and garbage. And it's like, but wait, I really genuinely just love you and care about you. And yes, like,
And we're not perfect.
nobody's perfect.
We like every family, like you're gonna have shitty days. You're gonna have amazing days. But we do love her. We do miss her a lot.
And we have peace over here. Your parents don't get in our shit. Your parents are not disrespecting boundaries, and you know what I mean? Like,
Right. And a lot of people think, like, because of the things that are said about my parents, like, oh, well, but your parents, how could they love Tori and not? And I'm like, because they're not homophobic. They love Tori. They don't have a problem with gay people. And trust me, it was never like that. My parents were at one point homophobic, absolutely. But
now they're not.
now they're not. They learned.
We just spent the day at her mom's yesterday with her nephew, and me and Jaylon like laid on the couch. Jaylon laid literally in between my legs, like
on top of her.
on me.
Well, my mom was like worried and asking Tori if she's like, you okay?
Her mom
Tori,
said
you
nothing.
good?
Didn't
she
even blink an eye.
It was just like,
She was like, "You comfortable? You okay?
yeah, you hungry,
need-
Tori?
you
You want
need
something?
anything?" That was it.
That was, yeah.
You know,
There's
like,
there's no homophobic, nothing like that from my family. And I just hope one day my sister does realize that my family loves her regardless, whether she's gay, straight, whatever it is. They love her. They don't see that. They see her.
they love her, they don't love the situation she's in.
Right.
And
that's hard for them to see her in
truth.
that situation. So,
But even with that, they still would support her,
right,
right? Your mom.
my mom will take her in, and meaning Rhea will take Rhea in and love her unconditionally.
Right.
I mean, I can't speak about how she would feel about the other person, but her daughter's her main concern, you know.
Right. But that's the thing.
Her child.
People don't need to have a relationship with that other person in order to have a relationship with your sister. It doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
You know?
Right. As long as the other person isn't being disrespected. Like, if my mom was being a blatant bitch to the other person and then my sister's caught in the middle, I get it. That's toxic. That is toxic. That's not fair. Because now you got my sister caught in the middle between her wife and her family, which isn't right. But if my mom's not saying anything or doing anything and just living her life, and all she just wants is her daughter, to be a part of her daughter's life and her granddaughter's life, because she literally cries for Ayla every single day. Every day. Oh my God. If you mention Ayla, she's crying. But my parents, they just want to be a part of my sister's life just like I do.
And that's the thing too, right? If you and your sister made up, and your sister said to you, I still want nothing to do with Tori, I would respect it. I wouldn't understand it, but I would respect it.
Right.
And I would be like, okay, you guys are siblings. You guys are family.
Right.
Live your best lives and mend your relationship.
Right.
I would never be like, okay, well then you can't talk to your sister because she don't want to talk to me. Who the fuck would I be if I said that? You know what I mean?
Right. No, I know.
I-
Well, that's
Like your relationship with your sister has nothing to do with me.
right. You guys have your own relationship.
Right.
I
That
have my own. with
Who
her.
knows if it would, who knows? Who knows if it'll ever be truly mended, or I don't know.
Right.
Because as far as I know, your sister probably thinks I'm a fucking piece of shit. And definitely thinks I'm a narcissist.
Well, again, they can think and feel however they want. At the end of the day,
What I'm saying
we're going
is,
to be here to support,
and
we're
that's
gonna
the
stay
point.
in our lane.
the point is regardless of how anybody feels about us, regardless of how anybody feels about me, I would still, if your sister texted me tomorrow and was like, dude, I need you, I'd be there for her.
Oh my God.
And I've
questions
I've
asked.
always said that
Mm-hmm.
from the very beginning. I've never wavered on that.
No, that is a fact for all of us.
Right.
There would be no questions. It would be like, I'm showing up at your door.
I would
I'm
drop
not
what
even, I'm getting out of work. I'll figure it out.
Mhm.
Whatever it is I'm doing, I'm canceling. I'm out.
leaving class. Yeah.
I'm going right to her. And we all feel that way. We
Yeah.
all genuinely feel that way because this is real love. This is what a real family would do.
When people see beyond your mistakes, they see beyond your anger, they see
Mhm.
beyond all of the transgressions and the shit that has happened. That's unconditional love.
Yeah.
That is genuine care and love
Absolutely.
from a bunch of people who have open hearts whenever that person is ready.
Right.
And that's really all we want to say in this episode.
Yeah. If she's ever ready, we'll be here. So hopefully it'll be sooner than later.
This is our response. This is our only response. This podcast will not consist of anything having to do with this situation
No. This is it.
ever the fuck again.
I just wanted to do this specifically. Told Tori I wanted to do this. I need to send a message out to my sister and let her know that she's loved and we're here, all of us.
She's loved, she's missed,
Yeah.
she's cared about. And we want,
And that's it. We don't want to talk about No more drama. Whatever.
done.
If we hear stuff, I'm ignoring it. If you guys see things and send it to us, please don't. We don't care. Honestly,
Yeah.
we don't care.
Honestly, even the stupid fucking, you guys are trying to be them, live your life. I'm not responding
Yeah. If you,
anymore.
I know I had somebody else say it the other day. I just blocked them.
Who cares?
I don't have time.
There's no, yeah.
To
We
argue.
don't want it to seem like we are out here trying to hurt her, because we're not.
No, not at all.
And we no longer want her to believe that.
Yeah.
And us retaliating and us, whatever, I think has made her feel like we're against her, when realistically
Mm-mm.
it's the opposite. So we will no longer literally ever speak on this subject ever the fuck again. The drama, I mean.
Yeah, the drama.
Like-
I'll always, like I said, if I'm on a live and somebody says, "Do you miss your sister?" I will straight up say, "Absolutely. I love her. I miss her. I'll be here for her no matter what."
Yeah.
But to sit here and just continue the bullshit, I'm not doing it. I'm not entertaining it anymore.
Yeah.
I just, the only thing I'll entertain is the love I have for my sister, and that's about it.
Yeah. And from here on out, whatever the fuck is said about us is said about us, and there ain't nothing we want to do about it.
And if anybody
and that's that.
chooses to believe whatever is said, then that's on you.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're not out here trying to convince anybody about what type of people we are. As long as Tori and I know the type of people that we are, and the people who are around us know who we are,
That's all that matters.
that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And the people
And-
who support us know.
And you can't, and nobody can make a genuine judgment on the character of humans that we are based off of even a 45-minute video. If you're not in our lives, if you don't have our numbers, if you can't contact us directly and have us, and we come to you, and you know what I mean, if you don't have access to us like that, then you genuinely don't have access to who we are as people. Therefore, your opinion is as good as these fucking flowers
Your
in front of
negative
us.
opinion, because people have good opinions.
Right. No, I know. But
The negative ones, yeah, we don't care. So you're wasting, literally, you're going to waste your time because you will be blocked. So
yeah,
we're just not entertaining any negativity anymore. We're moving
Right.
forward.
our loving family, our loving friends, our support system that we have had and have maintained this entire time, throughout this entire situation, they know who we are.
Yeah.
They know how we are. That's all that fucking matters to us. So have at it with any negative comments about who we're trying to pretend to be, who the fuck we think we are, whatever the fuck, why we're even making this video. Have the fuck at it. Enjoy.
Yeah.
We're tired. So we're tired, and we don't care. The only thing we care about is
Getting to Rhea and hoping that she hears this. Like I said,
yeah.
that's all I care about. I just want her to know that we're here.
Yeah, that's that. All right.
All right. We love you guys, and sorry for the emotional
The
roller
heaviness,
coaster.
yeah.
It was just very heavy.
We love you guys.
But we love you, and thank you for your support.
Peace out, y'all.
Bye, guys.